I know. This is Geodude. Ah, so easy.
It's Dylan.
Dylan? Must not have caught that one. All right, give me another one.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh, okay. That's it's Clefairy. This is easier than the last one.
It's Dylan.
How does it even work? All right, the last one. Give me one more.
Who's that Pokemon?
All right, I know how this game works. That's definitely Dylan.
It's Pikachu!
No, I hate this.
Heyo, welcome back to another episode of Moot Points. I'm your host, Dylan. This is our co-host, Brian. Brian just got to start right off the bat and say thank you for carrying us last week when I was gone on vacay.
Yeah, it was no problem. It was a terrific episode. I had a ton of fun. We'll see if we can have even just a little bit of fun today with you back. But yeah, welcome back.
We'll try. Great job. Anyways, we have a jam-packed episode for you guys as always. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it. First topic of the day is actually a topic that we touched on about week 1, 2, or 3 of our beautiful segment called Moot Points. And that topic is loot boxes. Brian, why are we talking about loot boxes again?
Yeah, so we talked about loot boxes right when we started. I'm sure you remember due to Battlefront 2 and EA's super exploitative processes that they had in that game, it was really, really difficult to unlock, to upgrade your characters, unlock new characters, upgrade abilities. And you either had to invest a ton of money or just an unreasonable amount of time. So we talked about it back then as just being like a scumbag kind of way to structure things.
For sure.
And now the conversation has developed on a more international stage. So we're seeing countries now start to research loot boxes as a game mechanic.
Right.
Specifically to figure out if it's gambling. So in Australia, there was a recent study that found this direct correlation between problem gamblers and people who spent a bunch of money on loot boxes in games. So the kind of hypothesis is because loot boxes, you never know what you're going to get. It's
kind of part of the fun, though. For me.
It's a part of the fun, but fun things can also be addictive. We don't need an example, but so one of the things is, maybe loot boxes are a way to exploit people with these addictive tendencies, these gambling tendencies, and it's a way for EA to start making a bunch of money off of that. Right. So Australia researched it, saw this connection, and then now we're seeing in Belgium with EA and FIFA. EA, the same company behind Battlefront, is now behind FIFA, and Belgium ruled that loot boxes are considered forms of gambling, and gambling is illegal in Belgium, if I understand correctly, which means that FIFA needed to remove loot boxes, but EA has declined to do so.
Interesting.
So now we're approaching potentially a lawsuit between EA and the country of Belgium, which would be very interesting and could potentially benefit both sides. Either it's totally seen as gambling, in which case Belgium gets what they want, but this also provides EA with an opportunity to argue their case in front of a court. If EA could potentially successfully argue their case here and win the lawsuit, they will have it documented legally, at least in Belgium or the EU, that loot boxes are not gambling. So EA is potentially interested in this lawsuit, actually, as a way to argue their case. It's a really interesting topic. I think, as you said, loot boxes are fun. Where do you sit here? Do you buy loot boxes? Do you feel comfortable? Would you want your kids buying them?
I was just thinking as you were talking, how do we even qualify things for a loot box? Because you look at, I know you're big into Magic the Gathering, and you look into Magic the Gathering, and how do you get your cards? You can either buy them as singles, whatever, which is fine, or you buy packs. And packs are literally the loot boxes from the 90s. You open a pack of Magic cards. Sure, the odds are, they're kind of disclosed, but you still don't know what you're going to get or how you're going to get it. I know there's a certain amount of commons, rares, and then maybe mythics or... But, it just brings up the conversation. Where do we draw the line?
Yeah, it's definitely tricky, and I think that Belgium is trying to draw the line. Well, in Belgium, they classify it as gambling, and gambling's bad. In most other countries that accept gambling, there's an age restriction.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people want to draw the line and say loot boxes are gambling. Only adults should gamble. If your game has loot boxes, do not sell it to children.
Would it then have to be rated M?
M, or at least, yeah. I guess that's probably the highest rating.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we'll kind of see and explore this further, find where people draw their own lines. I know for me, I could totally see these as gambling.
Yeah.
I totally could see this as gambling. And the crappy thing about it is it's gambling, but you can't even win, really, because you can't sell your account legally.
No.
You will and should. I know people used to monetize selling World of Warcraft accounts or whatever, but yeah, it sucks. You spend all this money and gamble, and you get the adrenaline rush or the dopamine rush, but then you're stuck with all these skins that you can't liquidate for cash.
Yeah,
So
it's true, and it's just a murky subject, and I think this is just the beginning of a very long road for what we're gonna see in terms of laws for loot boxes being gambling. But we'd love to hear what you guys have to say, because this truly is a really interesting topic, and we don't know where it's gonna go. So as always, guys, tell us down below, tell us on Moot, write up a post. We might even feature you. We're looking forward to it. On to the next. Hey, Brian. You hungry?
I could eat.
Perfect. Because it's time for the Moot Food Review. Coming at you hot this week, we have the good old fortune cookies. Bless.
Finally, a snack I can eat with one hand.
Perfect. Let's get into it. So first, obviously, Did you just eat the whole thing? There's paper in there? Okay. Your present plans will be successful. That's amazing. Great. I guess he's gonna do his own thing. I'm gonna take a little snizzak of this. Great. Crunchy, flavorful, very sweet, delicious, classic cookie. I absolutely love it. It's an easy snack to eat. You doing okay over there? Did you eat the paper?
Yeah, paper's gone.
All right, love it. I'm giving this, it's nothing too crazy. It's just an average, fortune cookie. It's delicious. I'm gonna give it a 7.7. Nothing special, nothing bad. Just a solid fortune cookie.
I think it tasted a little bit too much like paper for me. I don't mind a little bit of paper taste in my snacks. I used to eat paper a lot, actually, as a kid. It was a weird... we don't need to get into it we don't have enough time to get into it. I can tell you're looking at me like you want me to give a score. I will score this a 7.1. Their paper could have tasted a little bit better.
There you have it. 7.1, 7.7. Fortune cookies, great to game with, great to eat. Well, not game with, but eat while you game. Let's just wrap this one up, huh? Did you just eat my paper?
No.
That's a wrap, folks. Next up is the meme of the week. This week, it is coming from Jaegermain 420, and it is right here. Not bad, not too shabby. As always, submit your memes across Moot, and we will find them, we will post them, we will feature you right here on Moot Points. And before we go, it is time for question of the week. This week's question is, beard or mustache?
Dude, one, no contest. Two, there has to be a better question, right?
All right, give me one.
You want me to just come up with a question on this? All right. Oh, okay. Is it bad to eat paper? I'm asking for a friend. Please let me and my friend know.
See you next week.